A timely gesture, releases of tax devolution hastantaran dues to states. The center's move to transfer a large chunk of tax devolution dues to states in one go on Wednesday is a pragmatic vyavharik step that will not only lend impetus prerana to fresh capital spending on the ground but also temporarily soothe Shant Karna tempers gussa amid a fresh round of unease asahajta between the center and states. Higher than anticipated pratyashit buoyancy uchhal in tax receipts has nudged Badhaya Gaya, the finance ministry, into raising the states' monthly share of the divisible pool of taxes from about 48,000 crore rupees in the first quarter of 2022-23 to 58,332.86 crore rupees for August. And surplus Adhikya cash balances with the Exchequer Kosh have created room to transfer 2 months' dues to states in one go, translating into a significant lump sum of nearly 1.17 lakh rupees crore. While the government had done similar transfers to states, dovetailing Mail Milap Karna and remitting Preshak 2 months' dues together last year as well, the context is dramatically different for states in this fiscal year. For starters, they no longer have the fallback option of assured Ashwasan Diya revenues from GST compensation muavza in the 5 years till June 30, 2022. Even for the GST dues that accrued Upajit this year, the centre front-loaded the release of around 87,000 crore rupees to states for April and May, although accruals stroto in the GST compensation cess account at the time were just 25,000 crore rupees, by dipping into its own coffers kosh. With another 35,000 rupees or crore of GST dues outstanding for June, the overall recompense badla chukana for states from GST will be around 1.22 lakh rupees crore, less than half of the 2 rupees and 50 paise lakh odd crore in 2021-22. There is another uncertainty anishchitta facing states that has led to extremely tentative or nishchit behavior from their treasuries in recent auctions, nilami of state development loans, changes in their net borrowing udhar norms. While the centre had pegged states' borrowing limit at 3.5% of their gross state domestic product for the year, the ceiling is to be pared in accordance anusar with off-budget debt raised by states since 2020-21. Initial signals that all such off-the-books loans will be deducted katauti from this year's ceiling had a chilling effect too, not in the least because the paucity kami of clear data on the extent of such borrowings make it difficult to anticipate purvanuman karna, the actual ceiling that the centre would determine for each state. The finance ministry has eased up on this front as well, clarifying that only their off-budget debt for 2021-22 will be adjusted against the ceiling, and that too, in a staggered manner between this year and 2025-26. The norms for the 1 lakh rupees crore interest-free loans offered to states for discretionary Vivekadheen projects this year could also be reviewed to help it gain greater traction, sankarshan, with state governments. Taken together, these steps should help states, which expressed concerns about dwindling security revenues at the recent Niti Aayog Governing Council meet, back the effort to rev up the economy with a capex-free Poonjigat Vyay ki hor. Friction points between the centre and states will persist, drir rehna, with fluctuating utar chadav intensities tivrata, but a rising economic tide will ease constraints pratibandh for both.